In closing arguments, prosecutors sharing the gruesome details of what happened October 14, 2023, even showing the very knife Josef Czuba used in the deadly hate-filled attack.
This is 73-year-old Josef Czuba. On October 14, 2023 in Plainfield Township, Illinois, it was a quiet neighborhood until that morning. Inside a small home lived 6-year-old Wady Al-Fayoume and his mother, Hanan Shaheen. They were tenants, refugees, Muslims, and on that day, targets. Their landlord, Josef Czuba, had been growing angrier as news of the Israel-Gaza war filled the headlines. He wasn't just upset, he was obsessed, and that anger had found a target inside his own property. Hanan had been warned. More than once, Czuba made it clear they didn't belong, that they weren't welcome. Then just days after the war began overseas, the hatred reached their doorstep.
Friends at home, that what I'm about to tell you is incredibly heart-wrenching. It's fresh evidence that the FBI is right to fear that the carnage from the Israeli-Hamas war could spill over here at home. We learned that a 71-year-old landlord in a Chicago suburb viciously attacked 2 of his renters, fatally stabbing a 6-year-old boy and wounding his mother, simply because they were Muslim and apparently because of his pure hatred about what's happening in Israel.
Josef Czuba forced his way into the home. He went straight for Hanan. He struck her, stabbed her, beat her without pause. She fought back, but he was relentless. He tried to break her teeth. He kept attacking. Then he turned his attention to the child. 6-year-old Wady stood no chance. Czuba pulled a military-style knife from his belt, serrated, 7 inches long, and stabbed the boy 26 times. When it was done, the knife remained lodged in the child's body. Bleeding, disoriented, and terrified, Hanan managed to retreat into the bathroom. She locked the door behind her, and then she called for help. She called 911 with trembling hands. Her words were simple, raw. "The landlord is killing me and my baby."
Did you advise you're on scene?
Slowly.
Is everyone still in the house?
It's our understanding that everybody is still in the house. D17 is advising that the male offender who drives the white truck is still resides in the house with the caller. The name that the 17 is providing for the male offender is Josef Czuba. Josef Czuba. We have not run him yet.
North side door. The back is open. Go ahead.
When officers arrived at the Plainfield Township home, they were met with a shocking and chaotic scene that showed how serious the violence had been. Outside the house, they found Josef Czuba, the landlord, sitting on the ground, covered in blood. He looked confused but was still awake. Nearby, they saw 3 pocket knives on the ground and noticed a black knife sheath on Czuba's belt, which they quickly took as evidence. Inside the house, things were even worse. Firefighter and paramedic Brandon Vanowski found 6-year-old Wady Al-Fayoume lying naked in a bedroom. He wasn't moving, had no pulse, and his body was covered in blood. A large, serrated knife was still stuck in his side. There was so much blood, and it was hard to see how badly he was hurt. In another part of the house, officers found Wady's mother, Hanan Shaheen. She was badly injured, bleeding heavily from many stab wounds, and had bruises on her face. Even though she was in very bad shape, she was still awake and able to tell the police what had happened. The scene was tense and urgent as officers worked quickly to help the victims and figure out what had just taken place.
Chief D, how are you? Yeah, we got another one right here. Okay. guys check that back there? You check
That door is locked. I looked on the back side, there's nothing there, but that door is locked. I don't know if there's a side door.
While Czuba had already been secured, officers focused on locking down the area. Because of how dangerous the situation was, backup came in strong. The officers also knew they hadn't found everything yet. There were still important pieces of evidence missing. After all, someone doesn't just go on a violent rampage without some kind of planning. There had to be a room where it all came together, a place where the attack was thought out.
Hey, this lock is open here. Hey, this lock is open right here. It's padlocked, but it's open. It's unlocked.
Will County Sheriff, anybody in here?
Plainfield Police.
Will County Sheriff, anybody in here?
After a thorough search of the scene and collection of evidence, Josef Czuba, the perpetrator, was taken into custody by law enforcement officers. Given his injuries and the blood covering him, Czuba was first transported to a nearby medical facility for evaluation and treatment to ensure he was medically stable. Once cleared by medical personnel, Czuba was formally arrested and transported to the Will County Jail. He was then arraigned in court. He was officially charged with multiple counts, including first-degree murder, attempted murder, aggravated battery, and hate crimes related to the stabbing of Wadi Al-Fayoume and the assault on his mother, Hanan Shaheen. During the arraignment, Czuba was informed of the charges against him and his rights. The judge set bail, which was later denied due to the severity of the crimes and the risk he posed to the community. Czuba remained in custody awaiting trial, which began several months later.
Signs of relief today outside the Will County courtroom where a jury found Josef Czuba guilty of killing a 6-year-old boy. It took them about an hour to reach their verdict. Our Sarah Maki spoke with the victim's family after that. And Sarah, how are they feeling?
They say that they have some relief that Wadi Al-Fayoume has justice in this case, but his father says that he is absolutely heartbroken. Prosecutors have argued in this case that it was an attack motivated by anti-Muslim and anti-Palestinian extremism following the escalation of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict in October 2023. And it turns out the jurors agreed. They heard from the kindergartner's mother, Hanan Shaheen, who recounted the moments of the attack. Czuba's then ex-wife, Mary, who talked about his actions in the days leading up to the murder and how he wanted Shaheen out. Prosecutors did rely on key evidence like Shaheen's 911 calls from a bathroom that was locked, as well as video of Czuba in the back of a squad car saying he feared for his life, referencing jihad and saying that they are just like infected rats. That's a quote from him. Wadia's father talked with us directly after the verdict with help from an interpreter.
I don't know if I should be pleased or upset, if I should be crying or laughing. People are telling me to smile. Maybe if I were one of you, I would be smiling, but I'm the father of the child, and I've lost the child, and I feel like this decision came a little too late, too little too late.
Josef Czuba was sentenced to 53 years in prison for the hate crime murder of 6-year-old Wadi Al-Fayoume and the attempted murder of Wadi's mother, Hanan Shaheen. The sentence breaks down as 30 years for first-degree murder, 20 years for attempted first-degree murder, and 3 years for the hate crime charge. Let us know your thoughts on this case in the comments section, and if you enjoy videos such as this, like, subscribe, and watch the next one.